Guys, Jesse here, AI Gorilla, back with another episode of AI Music Money. Today's episode, I'm going to show you how to pick your niche, create an artist from start to finish. But first, why are you even listening to me? Well, because I've now made over $65,000 in the past several months, with $8,000 coming this morning. Hasn't been withdrawn yet, will be soon. $8,000 hit the bank account this morning. So that's over, I don't do public math, but that's over $17,000 that's hit the bank account this week. We should have more money on the way. Probably the first week of the month, we'll see. Spotify still owes me a paycheck, but I've gotten paid from YouTube, YouTube Premium, YouTube ads, iTunes, Amazon. So those were all our big checks have come from so far to all of our artists. And I need to make sure I do some editing here. I'm reminding myself because I'm going to show you the breakdown by artist because this is important, especially for all my new people. Get that top artist out of there, make it easier on my editing, hopefully. And that's it right there. See, Valbala's paid me over $3,700. I think it only paid me like $700 this month so far. Actually, one of my lower months in the past few months. Sea Shanty Gorillas paid me over $100. Dead Wi-Fi's paid me $44 now. And that we now have Russian Raps on the board. Bruvala's been on the board. Russian Raps is now here. Lo-Fi Mozart. Cloud Raps, right? They now all here. We just made all these artists who watched me. So any of you people that made songs with me in the past, since December and early January, you guys should have something in your account. Like I've been saying though, Russian Raps is exciting. I think it's going to be very profitable. So I'm going to continue with that niche. So step one, you want to identify your genre. Pick your favorite genre, blues, whatever it is. I use vidIQ.
Welcome, fellow builders. Today, we're dissecting the blueprint for creating the perfect audio asset. Let's start with the foundational layers.
All right. Hope that didn't sound too weird. But first step, you need to set your genre, your mood and tempo. How do we do that? We're going to go to our favorite LLM, and we're going to ask it to give us a style prompt to set the tone, inflection, voice, beats per minute, and instruments. And you're going to ask it to give you these style prompts, 5 or 10 of them. And then you're going to test those in Suno AI, like they're generic songs. And you're just going to listen to them. And if you like them, you're going to save them. You're going to make songs using them, right? It's that simple.
All right, test track generation? Check. Usability test? Check. Tolerable on loop? Absolutely. We're looking good here.
But you just need to make sure you like it. You're generating it. It's usable. You can continue listening to it. Everyone can listen to it, right? But remember, you're not worried about how the lyrics sound. You're just listening to the instrumentation, the voice, right? All that stuff, the beats per minute. And you're going to, if you like it, if it's agreeable that you can keep making it and keep looping it, then you're going to make more. Because, so next step, and you want you're going to go, now that you chose what you want your music to sound like, right? Essentially, I'm going to go with this sound. This is what our sound, right? This is what you're using Suno to do it first. Find your sound. Then you're going to go and you're going to create your titles and your lyrics. Simple prompt, right? Not that this is all I do. The more effort you put in, the better results you're going to have, right? But these LLMs make tremendously great lyrics, and you can just edit them and make them better. And you want to make hooks, right? So we're going to go make titles and choruses, a title and a chorus at a minimum, if not a title and a full song. But your choruses need to be hooks. They need to captivate, right? This is the best part of the whole song. It's the repetitive part of the song. And it's the part that we remember most, right? When you remember that old song you listened to when you were a kid and you're trying to remember the name of it, what do you remember? You remember the chorus. You start singing the chorus, and you pull out Google probably, right? If you're younger than me, you probably pull out Google and sing into Google, all right? Same thing. That's how you're going to create your songs. Now we go to the execution. You're going to take the style prompt that you saved. You're going to use that for your songs. And you can make multiple variations of it and keep it the same, maybe like a different beat per minute, but the same vocal prompts and the same drum and instrument prompts, right? Then you're going to have that set at the bottom. You're going to go take your songs that you just generated and you've tailored and edited to meet your taste and tone and inflection in the song and kind of tell the story you want to, right? And you're going to paste that in Suno with your style prompt. Lyrics up top, style prompt in the bottom. If you're doing cut simple mode, same thing. They're all in one block. If you're doing custom mode on Suno, they're in two separate blocks, right? And then you're going to start pumping these things out. Remember, right? We're not looking for perfect. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Perfection will keep you poor. We're here to make money, guys. And if you're watching this far, we're here to make money. You're not here, you're here for other reasons too as well. We all have the things that drive us in life. But for the bottom line, the thing that brings us together right now, for the most part, is you guys and gals are here to make some cash, right? A little side revenue that you can work from anywhere in the world. You can travel. You can go do stuff. Maybe you don't have to work for the man every day in conditions you don't like and be treated poorly by people who don't like you and don't care about you. Generally, I don't think anyone should have to deal with that. Step 6, this is going to be our global distribution. We use Distrokid. It's going to send it everywhere. We're looking to do 2 albums per week, plus or minus, right? This can change. I'll do up to 3 to 5 on a lot of my artists, especially the beginning. But I think YouTube's cracking down now. Music is not hitting YouTube as fast. I'm pretty sure the servers are getting blasted, absolutely blasted from y'all, right? The people that I'm sharing this with. There's 2,400 of you out there now subscribed. So I'm pretty sure the servers are just getting blasted right now. All right. So it's taking forever for music to hit. I got albums taking 10 days on average to hit right now. And then I've been submitting some after 7 or 8 days, 9 days to get them published earlier. But it's just taking longer for them to hit YouTube, bottom line, right now. And then, so I've had to resubmit 3 albums through Distrokid support myself. But Distrokid, 2 albums a week per artist. This platform is instantly monetizing your music on all platforms, right? DistroKid sends it to YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, right? And then it's already instantly monetized. And iTunes, all the big stations, right? Deezer pays me money, even though they say they don't pay for AI music, right? So just so we're clear, and it's not a lot anyway. So of course they're going to take every opportunity to not pay people anyway, right? They paid me like 60 cents. It's not a lot of money. But we don't use Roblox. Those guys are pets. They're openly supporting pets. I don't support predators. Anybody that wants to harm children, they get returned to the soil. End of story. Okay? Keep that in mind. That's my motto. And if you think otherwise, click right off my channel. That's our global distribution. Now we need to go into the mindset, right? Oh, I clicked through too many. So not your mindset yet, your performance analysis. Now, the next step after you publish your first album, your first couple albums, right? You're going to publish 3 or 4 albums first. And you're going to go look at your metrics, right? So you need to look within 5 to 10 days, be able to claim your YouTube artist channel. Within 5 to 10 days, be able to claim your Spotify channel, right? So you create it. The only one that's different is you create a YouTube channel. You need to create a YouTube channel. You need to create an Apple account. You need to create a Spotify account. You need to create an Instagram. You need to create a Facebook. You got to do all that, especially for your main artist, but you don't got to do it at first. You do it, take your time. The only thing you need to the main thing you need to stay consistent with is publishing 2 albums every week. Okay, that's the most important thing, is publishing your music. 1 to 2 albums every week. Keep publishing, because that is monetized. That is the cascading lever that we got to keep pulling over and over again. If you stop pulling that lever, everything else is going to slow down. You can replace it with other levers, like publishing more YouTube videos. Sure, might take you somewhere, but YouTube partner program is not paying you as much as DistroKid music is and YouTube music is, I promise. Okay, maybe there's some other similarities out there. Maybe people know some things I don't know, but those music videos are monetized at like $1 to $2, $1.80 per 1,000 streams. But it just depends, right? Because it depends on where your audience is at, who's watching your videos, and how much money that your audience has depends on how much money you get paid through YouTube partner programs, AdSense. And that's how ads work in a nutshell. So keep that in mind when you're targeting a demographic. That's why you get people that run gaming channels not making a bunch of money, because they have to monetize in other ways than just AdSense. Okay. All right. That's a little tangent there. Enough with that. You're finding your best songs. You're going to take that, and you're going to take them and set them as inspiration in Suno. And you're going to regenerate albums with your best songs up top, saved as inspiration, above your prompts, above your style prompt, above your song prompt. And that's just what you're going to do, because it's not that AI gives you the ability to generate a ton of music at one time. It does, but it's probably going to be crap until you start doubling down. You have to double down. You got to, one, your process is going to get better. It's going to get easier and faster, and you got to be able to differentiate at speed. And two, you're going to be able to find your good songs and double down on them faster. That's the big deal. All right. And my computer's being wicked slow right now. So the mindset you need to have for this is know that your first couple songs are not going to get that many views. It's okay. I say it like I've said it almost every video. It's written everywhere, and yet I still get the same thing from people that are in their first 2 weeks or their first 3 months. If you don't start today publishing, you will not get paid in March. You have to go through a full billing cycle. That means like 6 weeks for most people, because you're going to start at some random point in the month. If you don't start now, the last 2 days of February, you will not see any pennies in March. You will see your first pennies in April, right? So just keep that in mind. If you're just starting this, or if you just published 2 weeks ago, you're like, why didn't I get any money? Well, bro, you have to wait a whole billing cycle. Your music has to hit the algorithm and be published and get streamed. And those streams have to happen the month prior to your pay at a minimum from YouTube. 3 months for Spotify and every other platform. Okay, YouTube pretty much pays the fastest, and iTunes, I think. But my first dollars were from iTunes, not even YouTube. It was people buying my sea shanties. Okay. All right. Into presentation. How do we do this? Let's get to the real meat and potatoes. First thing is keywords. Today we're targeting dark blues. How do you find keywords? You type the words in here. You type them in vidIQ. We use the vidIQ app. Whatever you want, music, blues music, country music. You just type in your favorite niche. Sometimes I find my best keywords by being on YouTube and seeing the home stream. But so once you find your keyword, we're targeting dark blues. Why? Because there's a bunch of stuff out there. Tons of dark blues. It's crushing. People are loving these. But they're not all publishing very much music. There's a lot of channels. You got a channel literally called Dark Blues. I'm sure it'll stick around. But you can click on these, go see the videos. You can look at them. And what it'll show you with vidIQ, we'll see how this works, right? See if I got vidIQ to load. While doing this, it's been giving me a hard time. I don't want to play this guy's music. It's probably content ID'd. That's probably enough to get me ripped. But see, Dark Blues, 50,000 subscribers. Let's go check out their channel. I'm sure some of y'all seen the channel, but what do they not have? They have nothing published. So cool, they're making all this money, but I'm willing to bet. See what their channel stats are. I'm sure they're making good money now. They really got a lot of views. See, but look, see, they're not making that much money, guys. I'm telling you. Now, I'm sure there's other things worked out. I'm sure this isn't that accurate, but I'm just of the opinion that even if they're making money, it's not that much. And this channel is probably just living somewhere where the cost of living's low enough to make this worth their time. That's what I've come to discover for a lot of these channels like this. They're generally somewhere where it's really cheap to live, and a couple $100, $500 a month is enough for them. For me, that's not enough for me to continue a channel. I need way more than that, which is what you see. All right. But I'll scroll through YouTube and I'll look at channels and I'll click on them and make sure this isn't just turned down. I know I'm experiencing interruptions. I appreciate you. And you can see we got their keywords and their overview here, and it'll populate in just a second. But this is vidIQ, but you can also use Keywords Anywhere or Keywords Everywhere app I've showed in my prior videos. And make sure to go if you guys want to know how I get keywords, this is the way. I'm just looking, right? And see, look, channel tags, dark blues, gentleman blues, video tags. It's not even populating, nothing. No video tags, right? So this dude's using his channel tags and his 3 hashtags to get him in here. And he's targeting these keywords, which are low competition and high search volume. People love this stuff. They love this kind of music. So that's what we're going to start targeting. We're creating a whole new channel today just for y'all. And so we've done our keyword research, right? You can type in blues music, dark blues music, however you get to it. But when you type in your words, you got different ways to set it back. But we're just looking for low. So we got all these words all these slices of pie to search. All these keywords are targetable. There's tons of people doing dark blues. There's tons of room, and there's a lot of listeners. And the audience tends to be a little older and have a little more money. So hopefully that should pay us better money. But you can see month over month, people are searching these things. All right, and so we're going to target that, and we're going to go create our YouTube channel, and we're going to buy a domain. Boom. So we're going to go to YouTube over here, and we're going to click on our profile, and we're going to click see all, and then we'll click create new. And I'm recording this really quickly and trying to register this channel before someone gets it. But we got our keyword dark blues here, and we're going to go with dark blues boy. I'm going to create that channel over here on another email that I have, right, separate from my other artist. I have several artists on one email. Boom. And now we got dark blues boy here. And now I'm going to buy that domain as well. Remember, you don't have to do this, but it was available. darkbluesboy.com. We're going to buy that. And this is going to give us extra search power. And also give us a slight bit of, what do you call, like brand protection, right? Slash having any kind of claim to Dark Blues Boy Empire that we're going to build here live on YouTube. And it's processing all my payments. I'm going to go to something else so you guys don't have to see that. I'm going to pull it off screen. And well, we got the YouTube channel just created right here live with you. And we bought the domain. So, payment successful. I just want to make sure it's not showing y'all any personal information before I pull it back in. And now, all right. And now that we bought our domain, we're going to go generate some music. So first thing we're going to do is go to ChatGPT and say, give us 10 style prompts for dark blues, right? So we chose that niche, and we're going to get style prompts. This is where we start testing our genre, right? We got a couple to test here. Test those out. And we're just going to go to simple and give us a simple song, right? So that way we don't have to spend too much time on this. And generate. We're just pasting that prompt right in there. It's going to give us something. And you can do a couple if you want, right? But I like to do 2 or 3 of these. We're going to find our new niche together. Find our new sound, not our new niche. We found our niche. It's dark blues. We're going to do, and so we created Dark Blues Boy. We got darkbluesboy.com. You see, we finished registering that. We're going to forward that name server to our YouTube channel. Let's go to our channel at darkbluesboy.com. Copy. We're just going to redirect our domain right to our website. Paste that in there. So we got darkbluesboy.com. And create the redirect. Keep that permanent right now. So anybody goes to darkbluesboy.com, it is going to take them directly to the website. We'll close that out. And while our songs are generating, we got a couple here. Crossroads, Devil's Interest. Right? And if you want prompts, we got prompts in the community. They're in the school community. We have our prompts available. We have everything in there. And ultimately, what you want to do at the beginning is just start banging out songs. And once you get your bangers, once you get your best songs, you come back to them and you click on them. And then you just steal the prompt from right here. See how it says this? Boom. Because you can type in whatever you want. It's still going to change it a little bit here. Okay. And then we can copy it. Bam. And you'll always have the prompt saved right there. Y'all can see that. There we go. You'll always have that prompt saved there. And now we can repaste it. And now when we get our bangers, we can come back to custom and we'll paste that style here. Right, I'm kind of zipping through this for you guys for the video. But now we can always reuse that style and then put our lyrics right there and then generate. And then once we have our best songs, we can click inspiration and or persona. We can create a playlist with inspo, or we can create a persona and save segments of the song. I recommend doing both and trying it out and seeing what you like. If you like a certain intro and you want to do that intro over and over again, persona is a way to save 30-second snippets. Think about it like a sampler that you can put into every song. Super cool, super useful, right? Super time saving. So we'll listen to a couple of these. All right. And if you don't like music blaring from my speaker through the audio, you should fast forward now or mute. I might paste something in here. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I don't. Oh, I like that one. Perfect. Paste.
Gravel road midnight.
So what we're going to do, I'll pause that so that we're not speaking over it. I'm going to paste that in here. We're going to save that prompt. I like that style prompt. I might even take some of it out because it's going to be very long. But we'll see. Now you go back to ChatGPT or whatever your favorite LLM is, and you're going to tell it, give me 35 song titles and chorus for Dark Blues Boy's first album. The title should be 3 words or less, and completely new song titles that have never been used. The Dark Blues album should be telling stories about losing your soul and typical Dark Blues atmosphere. Let's see what it gives us. We're going to do 35 songs. But if you know that we got the new tools, we're going to use those. We can use those. So, Cold Vein Mercy, right? Just using this as an example. Now, you got 2 ways to do this. You can go and paste it right here. But you got a 1,000 character limit, I believe, here. You paste the title and chorus above your style prompt, and we're going to have to remove some of that one. Suno likes to make them huge, but I do want to keep the organ in there. And we're going to stick from right here and try to remove that. And now we have it short enough, right? You still got a good prompt in here. And now this is the simple way to create the song. Or we can let Suno or we can have more control over our lyrics. Take the prompt again, and we'll go to custom mode. And you already remember I posted the prompt down here. And now this way you can use that entire prompt every time. We're going to go to write full song. And then we paste our title and chorus here, paste, and I was going to reuse the chorus, and we're going to have our title pasted down there for us. So it's a faster way to do it. It gives you good control over your lyrics. This is how I do the majority of my lyrics, okay? Now, we got tools to pump out music and other things with different strategies, but this is how I like to do it. So oftentimes, and I like to put the chorus first, it doesn't always do that for me, so we'll select an option. And then what I'll do, and if you copy it right out of here, the format will be the same, so you won't have any formatting issues. I like to copy the chorus and paste it at the front very fast. And looking down here, it's darkened now, dark a little bit. And boom, too easy. And we'll create. I was actually just wearing these for the Fallout theme. It's not too bright in here right now. Take that off. Fallout glasses, got them on Amazon. Gunner, super cool. But and really good for when I have to work on screens that are too bright or I got the light shining in my eyes. And they're hurting me. But there we go. That's the 2 ways. You got the simple way and the dark way. Or simple way and the custom way. And remember, guys, I do this all unscripted. Now when you want to save your song, you're going to download the WAV. And make sure you download a wave once it's ready. And I'll show you what it looks like. We'll start with this one down here because it's a pretty good song. Download WAV. And it's going to do this. It's going to prep it. And you can download that. All right, it's going to go up, and it's going to save, it's going to do its stuff. And we're going to cancel that one. But we're going to make an album real quick for this. And we're going to try out our new Suno tool. So you saw this in my last video, giving this away for free for the newsletter subscribers. You can check this out. So I'm going to use, I kind of got this, where was it? There was a blueprint in here I want to use. Then I found it was working well. I think it was psychedelic jazz. Made some really good stuff. And I want to go back to that. I need some more tea. Maybe it was psychedelic rock. I think it was psychedelic rock. Yeah. This is the one I wanted to use. Key takes forever, and I don't feel like waiting. But you can use the Gemini if you want. I'm going to use the built-in engine, generate batch. And it's going to give us some nice songs, the riff. All right, we're going to do 25. 26 songs. We're going to generate a batch of 26 songs. All right. The prompts for these are just amazing because it's got this You know, these are the chorus prompts because this is telling the AI what to say. They're amazing, right? So you can copy and paste these if you want, one at a time, 5 at a time, and it's still gonna save you tons of time. Remember, this is a free tool, but I'm gonna download, and you can download a TXT. I showed you in the other video. I'm gonna download the JSON. Go watch my last video for the walkthrough, and then make sure we're in. Yeah, I'll just save that to downloads. Now we'll go to Suno here, and you can copy and paste it by hand like I just showed you, or you can use this and make sure it's on custom. And now we'll paste in that, we'll load that JSON right there from downloads. Suno songs. And there you can see we got our 26 songs loaded, and every 15 seconds is going to prompt. Sometimes it'll make you press on something that thinks you're a bot, so make sure you monitor it and whatnot, and you're still working on something else. So we're going to let that do its thing while it's generating songs. We'll come back and make a playlist, and we'll download that playlist up to our channel. While it's making songs, we're going to make our album cover. So we did start our album here. We made this. So we have a whole bunch of lyrics if we want to do that individually in one of the two methods I just showed you. And the more editing, the better. And I need that 3000 by 3000 album cover. Now, I like to say that, so I can just give it edits, right? It sends me a rough piece. I'm like, I don't know what I want. This is what I'm paying you for. You're the professional. Help me out, right? Like when you send off something to somebody and they're like, you give them an idea of what you want. And they're like, can I have some more detail? I'm like, bro, that's why I'm paying you. I'm not creative or I would do it. But that's just me. Now, we got ChatGPT. That looks amazing. I absolutely love that, honestly. Let's go. First time go. I'll take it. Yes, please. Now we're going to go over to Canva, and I'm going to pull this over here in case, and go to create new project. There we go. It'll look like this. Create new project. We're going to go to custom size, and it'll probably have mine in here saved, 3000 by 3000 megapixels. That's what we're doing. Bang, bang, close those. Here we are. Now that we just downloaded that, we're going to pull it right in. It's going to be our first album cover for Dark Blues Boy. Turn his light up a little bit. Oh, of course. And get rid of that. Heck. Weird. And I hate it when it does that. I clicked on something wrong. And, I like to use vintage and nostalgic or antique or dream. Some of these filters are my favorites. And Vento. I like nostalgic. I don't know why the colors always just seem to look pretty good to me. Right. And remember, I'm not a graphic artist. I'm just some guy on the internet. So this is what I do. And you can do Canva for free, ChatGPT for free, your favorite image maker for free, whatever you want to do. ChatGPT does a good job lately. And there we are. He's out here. That looks nice. It's focused. Very good. I didn't type album right. It's okay. We'll download that now. We don't need to limit size because it's not a YouTube thumbnail yet. All right. Let's go over here and see what Suno's doing. Suno's pumping out songs. Boom, boom, boom. Song number 5. And we got a couple of songs we just generated. We're going to publish those too because I like them. They're good. I've generated some of these beforehand as well. That's why I didn't generate 35, right? Because I already have some songs ready to go, by the way. You can see the psychedelic rock ones that I already played here.
The feedback builds moment.
So you can already see that's the kind of another keyword I'll probably check on and target. Even though I didn't build that tool, a community member did. That's a keyword in there. Psychedelic rock, psychedelic jazz. Like it's one of the keywords. You can check it out in just a bit. But yeah, once it gets through these songs, we're going to start. So now we'll start this playlist. So I'm going to go through and start listening to my songs. This is probably one of the most important parts, right? And time consuming that I don't think AI is going to be able to replace very effectively very soon. We'll have to trust Suno, but you got to listen to some of your songs. Make sure they're not messed up, right? We're publishing these. So I already know some of these are good, but we're going to listen to the song and I'll be back after I'm done. Move this over so you can see the tool. Now, I already showed you, but you can download these one at a time, WAV. But I'm going to use my, click the three squares here and download your WAVs and upload those to Distrokid, which I'll show you how to upload here in a bit. But I'm going to use my Suno helper tool. Only available in the school community for anybody asking. This is not one of the free tools. I mean, it's a free tool for school members, but made by a school member, made by a student for school members. But this playlist is going to be here, and we'll download that. This just saves me a bunch of time, all right? And I made my first 10,000 without it. I keep giving the same spiel because people keep complaining, but don't complain in the comments. I just ban you, and you don't get to ask questions anymore, and you get ignored permanently. I don't have time for all the negativity and people who don't respect or value others' time. And that just means they probably don't value their own time very much. So I understand. But this is downloading. It's going to take a bit. So, and then we're going to go to Distrokid.
Found the frequency they called noise and made it home.
We're back. Just downloaded that. You saw me download that file. We're going to open that up and extract all so you can see what comes in the file. The Dark Blues Boy, we're going to extract all that right in here. It's going to extract all our songs into, and also a track list, right? That gives us timestamps for a YouTube video, and which we're going to make and upload to our channel because we're going to want to go claim that channel. But we're going to get started, and almost done there. And it's going to give us a JSON file, which we can use in the Distrokid helper version of the tool. And this just autofills data, and it doesn't upload or download for you, right? None of the tools can do that. Hopefully OpenCall can do that. I got some computers capable of doing those things on the way, because remember, I'm using an old computer. Now we're going to go to, I already opened it up. Now we're going to go to Distrokid, and you're going to see, boom, Distrokid helper tool. We'll go to upload, select meta.json, and Dark Blues Boy. Select that meta.json, that meta.json file. I just like saying meta.json. I don't even know if that's how you say it. Somebody's probably laughing at me right now. But it's going to pull that up. We're going to call that album Distortion. It's going to be our Dark Blues and Rock. Actually, we're just going to call it Dark Blues. Keep it short and sweet. First album, Dark Blues. And then we're going to replace that other keyword we were using, ancient Egyptian music. You saw me make those videos. Go check those out. Now we're going to make sure it's title and tag, because we want the title of the song and then our keyword tag here. Now we're going to autofill Distrokid, applying metadata. You'll see that up here. If you're ever tools ain't working, make sure you just refresh it, whatnot. And it should apply. Boom, 27 songs. It's actually 24 songs filled, 27 filled. You can select Snapchat. Don't select Roblox. Snapchat's paid me like $1 or $2. So we'll see how this works out. But this is how this is going to work. Oh, yep, we downloaded we open that up. Pull this over. We downloaded our Blues Boy album cover. And now we'll upload our songs. We'll be back. All right, so we're back. This camera stays on me. So we're back. Make sure we add our requirements. I'm gonna go synthesizer. Synthesize this music, and we're gonna type Dark Blues Boy. So it looks like somebody did try to use Dark Blues Boy, but they don't have the name, they don't have the channel name, and they don't have the domain name, so they don't actually have Dark Blues Boy. I hope that they are not a student, and I apologize if this is you, but that music was not there when I researched this. That channel just published like 2 days ago. They just got an album, so it's unfortunate. And we'll see what this does. Hopefully it lets me publish it. And if this does cause some issues for them, I do apologize. And bam, we're uploading. And now, while that's uploading, we're going to go make a video with CapCut. Super simple, nothing fancy. We're just going to pull our album cover in there and do a still frame image. All right. And what we're going to do is we're just going to drag in our album cover. Make a 16. We'll see how this turns out. By 9. Video with minimal animation. Perfect for looping. All right, we'll see what this does. You can use Flow. I like Flow Labs. Do a lot of my videos there. This over here. There we go. Yep, y'all can see me messing with that. Now we're just going to drag in our files. We'll drag in all our WAVs there. And you can see at the bottom of our file has the track list. But I'll drag all these in real quick. This is why we're going to keep them in order too. Keep the songs in order so they'll be in order with your track list that's downloaded using that tool if you are in the school community. All right, we got that there. Here's our video. And put that in there, save that. Open up CapCut. If you're wondering why I'm leaning my head, it's because I'm looking around the camera. It's in the way of half my screens. And then we'll pull that in. Got this little camera in here. That down, scale it in a bit. Nothing fancy, just fancy enough. Always set the ratio first. Make sure you set the ratio. Forget that all the dang time.
The feedback builds momentum past the clear point comfortable.
There we go. Now we'll just put in one little video there. We'll keep it simple today. And then I'll pull in our album cover. And zoom that in a bit. I think we'll zoom that in some more too. Fill the screen. There you go. And you can do the looping videos if you want and whatnot. And you can do better. Right. Just kind of zipping through this for you live. Take your time. Do better at this than me. I'm not a graphic designer. And the main focus here is not videos. Actually, we want to be able to do this. Channel's not going to be certified, so we only need a short video. Let's do a short little video here. We could even do lyrics if we wanted. If you wanted to do lyrics in CapCut, you would go to captions and then click auto lyrics. but we're not going to take the time to do that. All right, here we got our little video. Cool. We're gonna export that real quick. Actually, we need to add some. We need to add. Don't forget, we got to add some filters. We have to edit the videos, right? We can't just use them as is. Let's give some effects, and we'll go to some of my favorites here. Maybe I want to do some sparkles or something, some wind ins, anything like that. But what I do like to do is we'll do a little blaze in, and then we'll add a wobbly black, and go check out my video on how to make a $20,000 AI music video. That was a real good job. One of the best videos I ever made, actually, personally, of music videos, because I'm not very good. But there you go. Perfect. Now we'll export that. And that'll be our video. Now let's check on our uploads, see how our upload's doing. All right, we're at 3 songs. Getting there, taking its time. All right, that's downloading. And then we'll upload that to the YouTube. There's not going to be a thumbnail or anything on the YouTube. It's just going to be this small video. And that's the whole process. And you don't even need the video on YouTube. But trust me, you want to claim your name. If you want to do an artist, you need to make sure you can get the YouTube name. If the YouTube name's not available, then you have YouTube copyright claims. So when you go to make a claim, somebody's copying me, you better have the channel and the domain name is all I'm saying, okay? If you want to ever, if anybody's trying to mimic your channel. And yeah, so peace. And don't forget, I'm gonna have to go back and put this at the front probably too, but it's gonna be here at the back. And also don't forget, we got the newsletter out. Okay, so if you want the free tool, and I said this earlier, but if you want the free tool, make sure you go to the newsletter. Okay, go over here. And as soon as you subscribe, one, it's gonna send you the welcome email. It's gonna have that in there. If I can get this up over here, there we go. It's gonna have the welcome email here, but you got to be subscribed to the email to be able to look at this one and download. It's only gated content on there, but it'll also send it to you in the welcome email. Everything else is free. You can get the music business plan. You can read the blog, but it's a free newsletter. Nothing in here costs any money, and it's free information for everyone. But also don't forget, I'll pull it over here too. Go to the school community, school.com/AI music. That's us. All right. We got that domain name locked down pretty cool. So go check that out. We got the courses over there, the Distrokid helper tool, which is for the school community only. And then here's the other, and what are built by the community, other tools built by the community members. Make sure to get over there. We're trying to win the school games, and I can only do that with you guys' help. Okay. I need y'all to come over and check this out, but I need y'all to make some money so you can come do this. Okay. I want you to get paid first and then come join the school community. So we might not win this quarter, but next quarter we can win. If all of y'all are making money and y'all come help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? Peace.